ARK is struggling really, really bad. ARK is currently sitting at the lowest that it has ever been since release. And we're talking about ARK Survival Evolved, but Ascended isn't far behind. As you can see here on these charts, you can see this is over the past 3 months. It was sitting at roughly about 50,000. But over time, it has gone down, Aquatica release, and then it has tried to revive itself, but sadly, it's not doing too well. And well, the charts don't lie. Last 30 days, 18,000. 18,000 is the daily average players on ARK right now. The lowest it has been in history. Now, August, it was at 20,000, so not too far off from where it is now. And who knows what it's going to be because the end of the month still technically isn't over yet. But the average players is pretty rough. So, as you can see here on the chart, the lowest we've pretty much had was 21,000-ish. Yeah, 21,000 has never gone under 21,000 until now. And well, it's definitely hurting ARK quite a bit. I mean, we had some really big peaks here, like at 97,000 average player, which had a player peak of 247,000, which I think is ARK's record. Yeah, that's ARK's record right at the moment. And for the last few months, ARK has been sitting 65,000 peak. Pretty amazing for a game that hasn't released anything. And out of nowhere, in July, they released Aquatica. Well, yeah, kind of hurting a little bit from that. Now, this is not an Aquatica hate video, so don't think it is. Kind of done with doing that for a bit. It's just I've made way too many hate videos on it. And well, yeah, ARK is just not doing good. So this is over 6 months, as you can see. I don't really know what's going on with the charts here. Not entirely sure. But yeah, it kind of shows us about the same thing. Now, the reason why I'm kind of making this video is to show the purpose that ARK was one of the biggest selling games in the world. Now, if you don't believe me, you can find it on many websites. This is Udonis, whatever that is. I've never heard of it before, but there are many, many sites like this, and it basically goes over top 50 best-selling games of all time, ranked by units sold. This was made in June, by the way. June was not that, it's not that far off. I mean, that was pretty recent. Now, first up, we have Minecraft at 300 million units. That should not shock anybody. If you haven't heard of Minecraft, I don't know where you've been. You must have been in a coma. Next up, we have GTA 5. If you haven't heard of GTA 5, again, you must have been in a coma. Then we have Wii Sports at 82 million. Pretty big, not too crazy. But at number 4, we have ARK Survival Evolved at 76 million. Keep that in mind. This outsold Mario Kart. This outsold PUBG, Red Dead 2, Origin Trail, I don't even know what that is, Terraria, Super Mario Bros., Human, Overwatch, The Witcher, Pokemon, Animal Crossing, Wii Fit, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, which was one of the craziest games at its time whenever that launched. Keep that in mind. And ARK has surpassed all of those. And you're meaning to tell me that ARK went from being the most sold game in the world to a terrible, chart of, 20,000 people as of 3 hours ago? What's going on? What is going on with ARK? Now, while this is technically multi-platform, we don't entirely know, if the majority of these are on console, but the majority of players do play on console. Just to be clear, just to be fair about this, because there's more people with consoles than PCs. So it's just kind of how that works. But I don't know. I just feel like something's iffy. Something iffy's going on with ARK right now. Something really iffy's going on. And I feel like Aquatica did play a pretty big role in why ASC is failing. Well, unfortunately, I guess that's just how things are going to be from now on. I don't really know too much else of what to cover for this, because it kind of sounds like I'm a broken record saying the same thing over and over. But 18,000. 18,000. Like, just let that sink in for a minute. I mean, ARK is failing pretty miserably right now. Again, the 4th most sold game in the world. Now with less than 20,000 people on it, average. Now when we go to ARK Survival Ascended, as you can see, 17,000. It's not just Evolved that's failing. But to be fair, the lowest that we had this at was 14,000. So I'll give it that. I will give it that just for a little bit, But these last 2 months have been low too. But it does make sense. People going back to school and work and all this. And yeah, I get it. I get it. Don't get me wrong. But 17,000, which is already terrible, by the way, for this. This is horrible. I mean, this is pretty bad. But this is the new version of ARK. I understand it. And I am definitely seeing a reflection of that in my views as well. With how little views that I'm getting this last month and the month before. It's pretty rough, I won't lie. But yeah, I don't know. Just figured I'd kind of cover this because it's just a little weird to me. Now, if you don't know, Snail Games is the publisher of ARK. I'm trying not to make it a hate video, but this also kind of makes sense with how their stocks are at. Now, with all these issues, it can become very stressful with just the game not working and the devs just constantly making more problems. But if this is also stressing you out, check out Mitra 9. Mitra 9 is a non-alcoholic supplement that quite literally makes you feel good. These drinks give you a high, but without the impairment. They have a ton of great flavors, my favorite being root beer. If you're looking for a new drink to replace your coffee in the morning, Mitra is the way to go. Simply go to mitra9.com and use my code OUTCAST for 25% off your entire order. Now, back to the video. Last month, actually we'll do last 6 months, just to show you, they had a pretty good, summer. And then Aquatica came out about right here, which had a little tiny peak, and then it drops all the way down. Now, it recently did have a little bit of a spike. It went up to 91 cents. Whoa. But the lowest that it was at was 86 cents, which is, I believe, their lowest that they've ever had. Pretty rough. Pretty rough. And by the way, these are the publishers of ARK, just so you guys do know. I don't know. I just feel like considering ARK Survival Evolved was one of the most bought games in the world, you would expect the developers and the publishers to be doing something a little bit to try and fix these numbers, because that's huge PR for ARK right there. Huge PR. 76 million copies sold, being number 4 on most lists and number 4 on a Wikipedia list as well. And the developers just don't care. They've abandoned it. It just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, why would we not be taking care of this game and fixing it? Because ARK really could have been something. Oh, and to this day, ARK Survival Evolved still does not load up properly. Let's go ahead and play it so I can show you what I mean by this. So yeah, as you can see, when you first log in, your buttons are working, and then they freeze. As you can see here, ARK is no longer responding, and just to be clear, this is not my computer. I've tested my task manager and everything, but yeah, ARK freezes in the list. And just to be clear, this is the Aquatica version. You can get a pre-Aquatica version of ARK, but that's not the point of what I'm trying to say here. The average player doesn't know about this. They are buying ARK because they're like, oh wow, that's a cool game. It doesn't even function. The menu doesn't function. How do you expect somebody to purchase a game to play it when the main menu doesn't even function to allow you to play the game? Most people are going to give up after the second or third try. And after that, they refund your game. And they're gone, and you have forever lost that customer. That customer will never come back to any ARK game. They just won't. Now knowing that the menus don't function, and yes, after about a minute, they begin to start functioning again. But even then, they don't last long before they start freezing again. I mean, when you're sitting here, but like, they don't last long at all, and then it freezes up again. And wow, Aquatica is sitting at 4 players. 4 players as their most populated. That should really show you something. Wow. Okay, this is not a hate video on Aquatica, so I'm not gonna kind of go over that. But yeah, ARK is not functioning. It is currently sitting at the lowest that it has ever been. I'm getting FPS issues in the main menu. Just to be clear, this is a problem. This is a serious problem. By the way, ARK, you guys can get sued over this. You guys can get your game taken off of Steam over this. Just to be clear. And you probably will. If this isn't fixed in a couple months, I could see ARK being fully taken down from the market because of this issue. And also, oh, see, my game froze again. As you can see, it has frozen for the second time now, and that is a hard freeze. I can't do anything. But another issue with this is the fact that you can't even load into a map even if you wanted to. When you try to sit here and you try to join, it takes roughly 5 to 13, 15-ish minutes to join onto a single player session. Who knows how it is for the official sessions, But what is going on here? Why is this still not fixed? It has been over 2 months. As of yesterday, it has been exactly 2 months since the release of Aquatica, and the game's broken. You can't join. I don't know. Just coming from a game this big, and coming from, you know, the 4th biggest game in the world, you would expect there to be some proper dev support for these problems, but there's nothing. There's just nothing here. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, can somebody please explain? Because I don't understand this. Okay, again, I'm not trying to make this a hate video. It's just too easy. It's just too easy to just talk bad about this because I'm just like, I'm sorry. It's a serious problem with a game. It's a serious problem with a massive industry that has hundreds of workers when your game doesn't even function properly. And I understand that they discontinued technically Ark Survival Evolved, but then they put out Aquatica recently and it broke it. So either this is a planned attack against Ark Survival Evolved to try to push people onto Ascended, or these developers are so bad at developing that they've completely broke the game to the point where they don't even know how to fix it. And that is a serious problem. Studio Wildcard, please step in. Please fix these issues. I mean, we're begging you at this point. Yes, you have pre-Aquatica, I understand, but there's gonna come a time where pre-Aquatica is no longer here, and then people are gonna fully quit Ark, and then Ark will have 0 players playing. Because when you have this kind of a problem, as you can see, hard freeze for the 3rd time, people quit. People are not gonna come back. They will forever be gone. Simple as that.